Hello everyone! In this video I will show you how to put Spore creatures into Source games. I will try to keep it as short as possible, so I will cut during this video. And let's get started. First we need to name our creature. Let's name it. Alright, now that we named it, press Ctrl+Shift+C and that will bring up this menu. Type color export and press enter. Alright, now we saved it. Time for the next section. In this section I will show you what you need to mod our source game. First you will need to download Source SDK and the authoring tools for your source game. These can be accessed in tools, which should be checked, and then you can see them. Next, you should go and download a few things. Crowbar. I will include these links in the description. This is for compiling and decompiling source things. A Blender add-on to import and export models. Then VTF edit, which is to handle textures. And then VPK edit, which is not necessary if you don't want to replace models, but still you should download it. Here is a tutorial on how to install it. It's really not hard. Anyways, we'll continue with the next section. Alright, now that you install the tools needed, navigate to Program Files, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, and the game you are trying to mod. In this case, Left 4 Dead 2. Go to the folder named like your game. This may vary, but you shouldn't be afraid. You should just try to find something like this, a VPK file that is dear. Now you can open it with your freshly installed VPK edit, and then let's look for a model. You can go here and see all the models you want to see. I have one in mind. Which is a plastic chair. Alright, let's replace this with a Spore creature. For that to happen, you need to, well, let's bring this here. Select all the files here. And now I have made a folder here. Let's just make it like decomp and plastic chair, and you can just drag it in here, and this is this is a step done. Okay, now I will show you how to decompile this model so we can work with it in Blender. So next, let's go up one, create a new folder, decomped, and now we need to open Crowbar. Crowbar.exe. You can just double click whatever you downloaded. Let's go to browse. All right. We have Left 4 Dead mods 2, decomp, plastic chair. All right, open this. And now we can also browse this and go here. Left 4 Dead 2 mods, decomp, decomped, open. And now we can just click on decompile and it should finish without errors. And now we have a decompiled plastic chair. As you can see, this made multiple files. We have a QC file, we have 2 SMDs and some anims. We will only need to work with this. You can keep this as is if you want the collisions to be the same as a plastic chair. You can change it if you want. So next, let's see how to load these up in Blender. Alright, I launched Blender from Steam. You can use whatever version you want. We don't need these. You won't have this, only this cube. And now you need to install the add-on by going to Preferences and then install from disk. From here, you can select the zip that you just downloaded and just install it. And it should be done and dusted. Once you've done that, you will be able to go File, Import, and here it is, Source Engine SMD. You click here, you find wherever you decompile this, and you want to open this. Everything is fine here. Import, and as you can see, we have a big ass chair. I only import this as a scale reference. Now we need to import our Spore creature. Now for that, go import Collada, and then you go Documents, My Spore Creations, Creatures, and Guberino. That was ours. Import, and as you can see, we have our Guberino very small. So now we need to press S and resize it to around the same size as the chair. You can press G to move it. Let's move it back a bit. All right. We have him. Lovely. As you can see, he has no textures. Now what we need to do is change this from asset material to plastic tables set 001. That's the material of the chair, and it needs to be, so it needs that name if you want to replace it. You don't have to, because you can just change it to whatever, but let's not get into that. Now, we don't need the chair anymore. We just need it as a scale reference. We can delete it. We can also delete this, this, and this. We don't need any of those. We can also delete this because, yeah, that's not needed. All right, now we have this. Let's call this section. All right, now we need to remove the skeleton, because for now, let's just make a simple model creature. I will figure the rest out later, how we can like map a skeleton onto like a character or something. Next, we need to go Control, select it, and then press Control Alt P, and then click on this, clear and keep transformation. All right, now we can delete the armature, and we have our model. This step is not necessary, but in case you want to have fun with your creature in this 3D modeling software, you can like follow this. So you want to click here, material, use nodes. Now click on shading, and now we have this little thing. Now we need to go to documents. Where is my Spore creations, creatures, and now we have these TGA files, which have been generated. So let's select the diffuse one, and I will drag it in from my other screen. I dragged it in, connect color to base color, and then go to alpha and click none. As you can see, now we have textures. We have textures. This still has the name plastic table, and this will like change depending on which model you have decompiled, and this should stay the same. So he should have the name that you got from the decompiled model. All right, now we need to recompile the entire thing. So make a new folder, recomp. All right, and now we need to go, which one is it? Here. It's called scene, and then go search engine export, export path. Well, that will be this one. So we go here, recomp, copy this like by clicking in here. You can just select the whole thing, paste it in here, enter, click on SMD. We want SMD files, and it seems to be fine, but we need to drag it here. So we want it to have the plastic chair 001 as the collection, because we want that name to have, we want our model to have that name and not rescue pilot 01. So now we need to click export, and we can just scene export. All right, now we have exported our model. All right, let's go to our recomp folder. And as you can see, we have plastic chair 001. This is our Spore creature. Now, what we need to do is go to Decomp, and we can just copy these. If you want a different physics for it, then you will need to make a physics mesh as well, which has to be a very simple mesh. I will go through it in a different tutorial. All right, now we have everything in this folder. Let's just double check. You should open this QC file with a text editor, and let's just check. So this might look scary, but it really isn't. This is a static prop. It should be named plastic chair 001. All right, body group is fine. Sequence, yeah, don't worry about these. Yeah, here plastic chair 001 should be the physics. All right, these, I don't know what these mean, but if they work, they work, and it seems to be fine. All right, now everything should be ready except the textures. So next we're gonna do the textures. Actually, I realized that we should probably put together the structure of the mod first. So go to your dedicated folder, create a new folder, like Guberino as chair, go to it, and now we need to go to VPK editor. We need to find our chair, actually, plastic, and go to plastic chair. And as you can see, we need the folder structure to match. So we need models and props urban. So we go here and make a new folder, models. Next, props urban. Done. Next, we're gonna recompile our model. Open up Crowbar once again. Now click on compile, click on browse, and now let's go to our dedicated folder, decomp, recomp. We need the ones that we want to recompile. Open the folder. All right. I usually set it to subfolder because otherwise it puts it far away. Click on the game you want to, like, select the game you want to compile for, and now click compile. As you can see, we have compiled it and it didn't have any errors, which is good. All right, let's go to the next step. All right, now let's find our recompiled model. Oh, it already made the structure for us. I forgot. All right, let's just copy this folder, go back up, go here and paste it. All right, now as you can see, we have our plastic chair, and if we double click it, as you can see, it's a Spore creature. Nice. Now we need to do the same for our material. So now we need to find the material that plastic chair was using. So Let's open up VPK edit. Let's go plastic chair, and now you can see here is all materials and plastic table set 001. This will cause problems, but it's fine. Let's search for it. Plastic table, it's here. Materials, models, props, urban. So we need to create this folder structure. So let's start creating it. New. Materials. What is next? Models. If something doesn't work, it's usually that you named your folders wrong. So always double check. Props. Urban. Alright. Is it props or prop? Props. Alright. Now you can just grab these two files and just drag them into your folder. And now we have this. Lovely. Now we can also open it with VTF edit. And as you can see, we have the plastic textures here. Now we want to replace this texture with our own texture that we exported from the Spore creature. So let's click on import. Let's go to documents. Let's my Spore creations, creatures, Gooberino, TGA, diffuse TGA, the same thing that we opened in Blender. Open. Let's see. This should be, I think, this version. But this may differ depending on which game you play. You can you can check this in the info tab if I recall correctly. Yeah, as you can see, version. So you should import it with the same version. So let's go diffuse, open. All right, these can stay the same usually. Nothing needs to change. These usually are not that important. You can like experiment and see what works. Most of the time this is just fine. So press OK. As you can see, we have our texture here now. Lovely. This wasn't checked, so let's just uncheck it. And now click save. And now we need to overwrite our texture. So let's go here, left for the two modes, this, materials, models, props, urban, and this, click on this, save. Yes, replace it. Now we replace it, and let's just make sure we did. So if we double click on this, we have this texture. Great, we replaced it. This is the end of this section. All right, there is only a few more things left to do. Let's go program files, Steam apps, common, your game, bin. Yeah, and this is why we need to install the authoring tools. We have this amazing vpk.exe here. Let's go to the folder that we have created, the Gooberino chair. Drag it on the vpk.exe. And now we have made a mod. We can just go and check if everything is correct. All right, it's correct. Okay, it's not showing the textures, but it should be fine. All right, now we have this. What do we do with this? Well, we copy it with Ctrl+C. Let's go up. Let's go here. Left 4 Dead 2, or whatever your game is called. Add-ons. And I already pasted it here, but let's paste it here. Okay. Now it should be in game. Let's test it. All right, we're in Left 4 Dead 2, and I have the console open for convenience. I have a test map which I didn't make. It's just to test things out. You can search up how to open the console right away, but I think I will make a accompanying video with that has more detail about the details. So let's go and check it out. Look at him. He is here. This is also fucked up, but it's fine. We could just do the same just for like this. This is probably called static, so we would have to make basically him, like plastic chair 001, and then just add a static to it, and then this would be replaced as well. And if I show it, it turns into him because it just turned into a physics prop. So yeah, and as you can see, the chair, this one is also not good because we replaced every plastics texture, but it's fine. So yeah, this is just an example. As you can see, now they are in. I'm planning to do another tutorial about like how to animate these, how to put them on like characters and stuff. I don't know yet, so that might take a while to come out, but hopefully you can use this knowledge. And yeah, leave any kind of feedback, questions in the comment section, and happy modding!